All right, y'all. Well, we out here. I haven't really filmed anything since I uncovered everything. I have been out here since then, but I have not filmed. So I had no intentions of purchasing any seeds you know, right now, because I honestly have plenty of seeds to plant. However, there was one particular seed that I have been wanting for maybe 3 or 4 years, I think, and now is the time to plant them. Now let me explain to you what I wanted. Okay, so let me see, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? These are from Native Seed Search, and these are a kind of sugar snap pea type, or they're more like a shelling pea, but same difference. You know, they're not cow peas, they're the green pea in the green pods. But these are a shelling type. They said a pod is fibrous. These are called tepawan. So somebody on YouTube grew these when they offered them like 3 or 4 years ago, and they don't offer these seeds every year, and they haven't offered them since they offered them 3 or 4 years ago. And that's how long I've been wanting them, because once the guy grew them out, he was saying how sweet they were and how good they tasted. So I check every year to see if they're offering these, and they were offering them. So I went on and bought the max you can buy is 3 seed packs of these. So I went on and bought them. And so yeah, what y'all gonna see me do right quick is sow these peas right quick. I got 2 beds. I'm gonna sow them in. And so we're gonna do that right quick, and then we got some other tasks in the garden. We're gonna see how far we make it. So these 2 beds may not look like it, but I did put some compost on top of the beds, okay? And I'm gonna sow this first bed first. I had a couple of little pea plants that I had transplanted over here, but they ain't doing nothing. I don't think they're gonna too much make it, because they look all real sad. I mean, that one had roots and everything, so did that one, but they look real pitiful. They were out here in this frost, and I did not cover them. So I'm gonna sow 1.5 packs in each one of these beds. These beds are 26 inches across, each of them. So they're a little bit over 2 feet in diameter. That's what the seeds look. Ooh, I don't want to pour them out let me pour them in my hand. I'm gonna pour them out on the ground, but that's what the seeds look like, okay? So they're not the biggest pea seed in the world, but they're here. We got rain yesterday. By the way, as I plant these, if you've never seen me plant pea seeds before, y'all, when it come to these pea seeds, they don't get big root systems. So you do not need to plant these a mile apart. I'm not even gonna read the back of the seed pack. I'm just gonna plant. This is 26 inches in diameter. Trust me, I have more than enough space for these seeds. I anticipate most of them will come up, but there may be some instances. Uh-oh, this wind blowing. It's taking me away, y'all. It's taking me away. It's windy out here today. See what we can't do. I went and got me something to set on. I want to tell y'all, please get something for your peas to climb on. That's why you see, excuse me, excuse me. That's why you see I got this cage in here. They will grab onto each other as well, and that's why I actually advocate for you to plant them fairly close, because as they grab onto each other, well, as they climb, they'll grab onto each other, and they'll grow a little faster. Once they have something to grab onto, they tend to grow a little faster. I got some old tomato, just the last little remnants of those plants still in here. So I'm gonna try to have a systematic way to do this. But to be honest, really, I'm just kind of dropping these seeds in. I'm putting them about an inch apart or so, roughly. But like I said, you don't need a mile in between these seeds. The roots don't get that big, and it's not a lot of competition for each other. Let me also throw this in there. If you're gonna plant them that close to each other, make sure that your bed has enough nutrients and you know, biodiversity and things of that nature. Make sure that helps your plants. The better your plants nutrients, the better they grow. So many people try to grow stuff and they're like, why won't my stuff grow? Because it needs to be fertilized. That's why it probably doesn't have much nutrition in the soil. These places where I'm running into these tomatoes, old tomato plants, I'm just pulling them out. I was gonna let them break down and play, but they in the way right now. So that's not happening right now. But it's okay. Now the garlic I'm gonna leave. You see some garlic in here. I even got some old tomatoes in here too. Like I said, none of that stuff matters. Just get the stuff in the soil. Like I said, it rained yesterday, so this soil is very, very moist. Some of these seeds are even very small. Like I said, I guess they'll come up. We're gonna find out, ain't we? Because y'all know I'm gonna take you along and show you. I'm gonna show you exactly what happens. But I'm excited about these. If I'm not excited about any other peas. I do have some more sugar snap peas back there in the back in the greenhouse that I'm going to sow as well. Different varieties. Sugar and I may got some Thompson improved. I can't remember. I can't remember what they all are, y'all. But I do have them. And I am gonna plant them. So I ain't got many left, and I'm way over here. But like I said, I may do 3 beds to these. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That bed over there gonna get a pack too. So I'm gonna do 1 pack per bed. That's what I'm gonna do. And it should be roughly the same amount of seeds in each pack. If it ain't exactly the same, it'll be okay. Child, I got a text about a Super Bowl party. And somebody want me to come to their Super Bowl party. Child, I ain't bit more studying at that man anymore. I ain't got no dogs in that fight. Y'all know I'm in a quandary with the NFL anyway. I really love sports, but I'm in a quandary with the NFL right now. Y'all, let's move over to this other bed. Move y'all with me. Make sure y'all still can see. Okay. Child, is they listening to Tina Turner? Child, I don't know what they listening to. This bed I'm gonna do a little different. I'm gonna do it the way I should have did the first bed. This is the better way to plant stuff, y'all, so you kind of know where they spaced at. So just put them on top of the soil and put the stuff roughly where you want them to be. Now I could have just held them in my hand and dropped them where I wanted them to be instead of double working and moving stuff. But when they on top of the soil, can y'all, is my knee in the way? Yeah, now maybe y'all can see now. This big old piece of wood gonna have to go over there. But you get what I'm saying? You can kind of see how evenly or unevenly scattered your stuff is. It still ain't perfect, you know, but get your stuff in the ground though, people. Get your stuff in the ground. Don't plant your stuff because especially well, I looked at the weather and we're not supposed to get, oh David Lynn, we're not supposed to get any more cold weather for at least 3 weeks. That's what the weather's saying right now. Now I know it can change and stuff happens, but y'all kind of see how I'm doing. These things is roughly 1 inch or 2 inches apart, and I'm just pushing them down up under the soil. But I ain't gonna lie, this soil over here is okay, but it's not as good as that over there. It's kind of chunky like. So I'm gonna go back on these, and then I got blackberries over in here. I'm gonna go back on these and put some more compost in here. A little bit more finer material of compost, because this young compost, it's okay, but it ain't all that. It could be a lot better. See what I'm talking about? See all these sticks? Y'all, your stuff do need good soil contact, so try to make sure your stuff does have good soil contact, because if it don't have good soil contact, it won't germinate. Ask me how I know. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna come back and put some more compost in there. I think I got all of them pushed down, and like I said, no I don't, because I'm seeing some of them right now. But if you don't have them all pushed down, it's okay. When you water them in, they'll go down. They'll go down. All right. Let me get this last pack and plant this last pack over here. Try to get up from here. I'm a bit more know who that is in the man in the morning. Okay, y'all. Step over here. Step over here. Last year this had peanuts and ground cherries in it. So y'all look here, I'm pulling up the peanut plant. See the peanut? Some good sized peanuts on here. 2 good sized peanuts. See, is it any other? I'm just getting that peanut plant out the way. And far as the peanuts that's in here, I'm gonna plant them right back. You don't have to crack them out the shell, but they will germinate faster and better if you do. That's why when you buy peanut seed, they don't have a hull on them, because they do germinate better when they're not in the hull. But yeah, but they'll come through that hull, believe me. So if you get raw peanuts from the store and you don't want to hull them, you don't have to. You can just throw them in the ground. But you see what I'm saying? I just don't plant them little peanuts back. Plant one at 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Just plant them right around. And let's see if there's anything else. This garlic, I'm just gonna plant around it. That was I pulled up an onion too. Didn't know that either onion. That's onion, I think. Onion or garlic. We'll plant it back, throw the weed out. remove this bucket of water as I wet my feet all up. Okay. Then we're gonna set our tipper wand. Small pea, I'm gonna read this right quick because I ain't never read it. Small pea is originally from the Sierra Madre in southern Chihuahua. Produced well in Tucson. Traditionally used as dried soup peas, but pick them young and shell them out of the fibrous pod for as sweet as the Dickens fresh peas. Tan color seeds, 50 plus or minus in one pack. Cool season crops should be planted in the fall or winter in the low desert or very early spring in cooler climates. Plant half-inch deep and 6 inches apart. Plants will sprout or climb if supported and can produce until days get too hot. Seed saving. Self-pollinating annual dried pods can be harvested as they are mature or entire plants dried and threshed near the end of the season. Okay, y'all. So that's if you wanted to know what it said about the peas on the actual pack. There you have it. As far as what they say about the actual peas on there. So y'all will probably see me do a whole bunch of different kind of seed sowing methods. This gonna be a different one. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't like standing out here for 3 days. When it comes to these seeds, in my opinion, in my experience, you ain't got to be it ain't got to be rocket science. So you see that? Loosen the first about, since it said plant them half-inch deep, loosen the first about inch of soil. Scatter them peas across there. If you happen to see any on top, push them under. But they're gonna be all kind of random spacings. You ain't gonna know, but like I said, it don't matter. I done planted so many peas like this, and I had no issues at all. So none of that is gonna matter. Just make sure they all are under the soil, because you want them to be under the soil, stay moist, germinate, come up. If they're on top of the soil, they won't stay moist enough to germinate. You don't want too many big obstructions. If when you water them, you see any of them, sometimes they kind of want to peek their head up a little bit. Just push them back down. It's a little pine straw in here. They'll come up through that. I ain't gonna worry about that pine straw. That'll be fine. But like I said, if I see any, I try to push them under, pat the soil down. We done. See how fast that was? If you real OCD about your spacing and stuff, take 4 days to plant your stuff, no problem. But over here, we ain't OCD about that. I'm OCD about the plants actually growing and producing. That's what I'm worried about. Okay? So, that's that on that. This is what I'm gonna do with this. Well, let me see here. Y'all come with me. I'm gonna throw this in the trash. I'm trying to be better. This paper I could put on the recycling, not the compost. I could do that, but we're gonna throw it away. Okay. I want to show y'all the garden right quick, how it look after I uncovered it. Oh well, it's been longer now since I've uncovered it. Okay, and I want to show y'all. I'm gonna wash my hand off right quick. Hand filthy. I ain't gonna wash it completely because I can't get up under my nails with one hand, but that's gonna have to be that for right now. All right, so we're gonna start in these brassica beds over here. So let me tell y'all this: the pests ain't gone. Don't even think about it if you think the pest is gone because it's been 16 degrees or whatever. I doubt it. If it didn't stay cold enough long enough, they probably ain't gone. So this dust y'all see is diatomaceous earth on my stuff, but y'all can see that that's looking good. Remember how this was looking? We had the frozen tips and stuff. You can kind of see some of the burnt stuff, but I went in here and I got a lot of that. I broke a lot of it off. And you can see how good they look. I saw somebody on YouTube, they tell me because they turnips did the leaves didn't get real big. They didn't eat none of them. Y'all tell me, y'all do that? I don't care how big the leaves get. I don't care if they're the size of my thumb. You see, y'all see the damage? I'm still going in here pulling out damage. I don't care if the stuff get big as my thumb or big as my arm. This stuff, like, cause honestly, I could come in here and cut and harvest and cook and eat. Do y'all only eat y'all stuff if it's real big? Y'all tell me. I ain't never heard tell of that. And then the dude just pulled all the plants up and then didn't even compost them. Child, I said, Jesus help. But anyway, I came out here and saw plenty of harlequin bugs. When I seen the harlequin bugs, I went on, got my diatomaceous earth. I was not playing. But y'all look at how pretty most of this stuff is. I did sow some more collard seeds over here. I sowed some green glaze in these open places because I can't hardly stand that. Over here, I need to sow something. Y'all, I thought I was out of collard seeds, child. I went and found I had 2 jars full of collard seeds. Got to be over 1 million something seeds. And I forgot I had those seeds. I'm going to do a germination test and see how good is germination. Because that means I got more seeds I can sow in them spots. I'm gonna let this grow a little bit, but I really saw the harlequin bugs over here, but I put diatomaceous earth over here too. We're not supposed to get rain for a week or so that way I can just apply it this once. And I may apply a little more because it's kind of, the wind blowing real bad today, it blows some of it off. See how that wind flapping them leaves? Because them leaves was covered and it blows some of it off. But I saw them harlequin bugs. I put their diatomaceous earth right on top of their heads. So hopefully they will, that'll kill them. But y'all see the little, it's real thick back here. It ain't as thick up there. Now you didn't blow the first time you come through here. The second time you come through here, you blow. Ain't nobody got time. I ain't got time for that. Anyway, so these, pick this tile up. These radishes, look how good they shook back. That one didn't make it, but those others, look how good they shook back. So they look okay. Look at the celery. This is the one I planted while it was freezing. This was the one I had before. These were on the end and took the worst kind of brunt of the wind and stuff. But even this one, if you look in between here, you can see new growth. This one has quite a bit of new growth. You can see new growth here too. So a lot of this stuff that was damaged and stuff, just go ahead and pull it off, because in between there, new growth will show up. In between those leaves, or even down the stem some, new growth will show up. Just like all this stuff down here, ain't no need of keeping none of that. All of that was damaged. So there's that. Garlic is fine. I'm gonna go on this other end down here. I'm gonna grab my phone right quick. So this is looking fine, but you see these really snap back. Well, as soon as I be filming, I'm gonna call her right back. Down in here, these look pretty decent. It was a lot of, okay, that's already broke off. It was a lot of damage that I broke out of here, a whole lot. When I first did it, it was pretty much naked. The garlic, you can see what happens to it. It gets a little, like these outside leaves will turn yellow on you. But don't worry, it's okay. It's gonna grow new stuff that's not damaged at all. So it's not that garlic don't get damaged in the cold, it does. It just generally doesn't kill it. It's real kind of real tough. Tough plant. So I can plant peas there. Oh shucky. Okay, I'm thinking in my head, I got a lot of pea seeds, y'all. Lots of pea seeds. Cause I want a lot of sugar snap peas, especially those Tepper one peas. So back here, a lot of the leaves, I took some off, but then a lot more leaves fell off of that stuff. I did the scratch test yesterday. The figs is still straight. You can still see the green in all of them. But I did the scratch test in a Barbados cherry yesterday. Way out here on the tips, I think that's gone. But I usually do the scratch test down toward the bottom. My homeboy right here lost all his leaves the next day after I uncovered him. God forbid, he may be gone. The guava's fine. Those passed the scratch test. Barbados cherry did too, surprisingly and thankfully. The kumquats, you can see the fruit is steadily, I'm gonna let it get all the way ripe before I get it off of there, but the oranges are still looking fine. These trees are looking fine. I did want to show you this though. I wanted to show you some of my grafts. So right here, y'all see that little shape? Remember, that was the shape of my little grafting tool. This is where I grafted the pear on. So I wanted to show y'all how the grafts look further on after you've done them. Show y'all a bigger one. Here's a bigger one over here. So you see that shape there? This was the piece I grafted on. And then you can see your grafting tape. Over time, the branch grows, it gets bigger. And it can just grow and pop out of there. But you can also, if you see it's peeling off, because I ain't gonna lie, in places I'll see it's peeling off and I'll finish peeling it off. But there's a few of them that I haven't peeled. This was another graft. It healed kind of weird. The healing point wasn't very pretty, but it did take though, so I'm not worried about it. Sometimes grafts don't have the prettiest part where they healed, but probably in the spring when that grows and expands, it'll probably pop all that off. This one took as well, and you can see these are some new buds here. It kind of struggled, but it did take. And then like usually where it's grafted, see right there, that's where it was grafted. That's usually where it pops off of first, because as it heals, that swells. But yeah, I have a ton of grafts on this tree. Here's another one. See right there? This is cherub. And these labels, you can get these labels on Amazon. You just take a pen or a pencil, and when you write in them, it leaves the impression. I did it, and I put on here what season I did it, spring 2024. So it's been almost a year. This is cherub. That's butterscotch. Butterscotch. Butterscotch was the first one I did. It was some real cheap scions, and I was just trying it out. And once I did it with the butterscotch, I said, okay, I'm gonna go invest in a little bit more expensive scions. So this is integrity, cherub. A lot of these scions are from Skill Cult. He tends to focus on red fleshed apples, not red skinned, red fleshed. So that means that the part of the apple that's usually white. So when you see a red apple, the skin's naturally red, but when you see the inside is usually white. The apples that he usually focuses on, the flesh is usually red. This is another cherub. This is Pendragon. That one didn't come from him, but that one is a red fleshed apple as well. This is amber wine. But a lot of those varieties I got from him. I think I got 4 or 5 from him. I got integrity, cherub, amber wine, something crush, cherry crush. I think this is a cherry crush. Yeah, that's cherry crush right there. So just about all my grafts took, but you can see a couple of places where they didn't. No, this is a broken limb. Okay, pay attention. So that fell out of the oak tree. But there are some grafts that didn't. Like this graft, that was the one, like an idiot, it took and it was doing really well, and I knocked it off. But it was a butterscotch, so I wasn't worried about it. Be careful around your trees when you first graft. They can be taking and doing really well, and if you bump into them, you can knock them off. And then I tried to regraft it, and it didn't do well. Are you I don't think that millipede is alive. He probably was up there when it froze, when the freeze happened. Anyway, these are Pendragon as well. Those are red fleshed. What is this? This is amber wine again. Pendragon. So yeah, I have a lot of different grafts on that tree. The pear grafts, the Asian pear took. That's one of them. It did a really long shoot. All of the Joey red flesh pears, so there are red flesh pears as well, and so I became interested in those. Just Joey red flesh, just like 3 or 4 of them, but none of my Joey red flesh took, but the Korean giant did. I need to take this tag off because no, I think this Korean giant did take. I think that's a bud, but I think here and here is where I tried to do Joey red flesh, no go. Up there I tried to do Joey red flesh, no go. Right here I tried to do Joey red flesh, no go. I tried to do it over there, no go. I think the Scion wood I got was trash. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna get Joey red flesh and another red flesh pear. I can't think of the other one. And I'm gonna graft those pears onto, I'm gonna graft the pears onto both pear trees, and I'm gonna try to graft onto the apple tree as well. Maybe the apple tree is just stronger, but I don't think it's nothing wrong with these pears. I think it was something wrong with the Scion wood. Tried to graft peaches last year. That didn't work out too well. So before I spend more money on peaches, what I'm gonna do is, I have my Rustin Red here. So my Rustin Red has a lot of really nice branches. What I'm gonna do is take something small off of this and graft it on this other pear over here. Because I'm gonna tell you what happened to this other pear. I've said it before, but this is more for maybe newer viewers. So your pear trees you get from the store naturally are probably gonna be grafted. This one, the grafted tree survived. This one, it shot up these 2 rootstocks from the base. Actually, no, that's the original tree. This is the roots. This over here is the rootstock that shot up, and I just left it and never cut it. This was the grafted part of the tree. And it's taking that with it, but it's dead. Nothing on this lived. I don't know why this part of the tree died, but it did. But I wasn't tripping. I got this tree for $5, so I'm gonna probably end up having to cut that off because it's taking this with it. That's part of the rootstock too. This rootstock makes a red peach, which is very pretty, and the wood is very pretty on it too. But the peach is not, I don't think it's something that's edible. It never really got soft. It just stayed hard and sour and bitter. So I think this is truly meant to be a rootstock and nothing else. But the rootstock is in great shape, so I'm just gonna graft onto the top of it, y'all. So when that happens to your trees, if you lose the grafted part of your tree, don't trip too much, because you probably can just see what I'm saying. That part of the rootstock, because that's below the graft. I think it is. I don't know, but that's not gonna make no pretty fruit. This was, because I'm trying to see if I see the graft. Trying to see if I see it. Don't really look like I see it. I wonder, you know what, I might cut this off and put that in a pot and see what it does. But I'm pretty sure that's red. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm saying that, but it don't look. Yes, it do. It look just like this. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it then. It's just a rootstock. This is fine. But yeah, I've been meaning to cut that part out. That's gonna be barbecue wood. Don't never throw your fruit wood away. Barbecue with that. That's good flavor. So that's that on that. I'm gonna go over here first, and then we'll come back. So my citruses, initially, upon uncovering them, oh, and by the way, the passion fruit in the front, that's all that green at the top of the tree. Yeah, I don't think it killed it. It's still green. We're gonna see what happens. These citrus over here, this one looked good initially upon, when I first uncovered it. But I think what's gonna happen is it's probably gonna defoliate and lose its leaves, and it'll grow them back. That does happen with citrus. You hate when it happens, but it does. I think this one got a little cold too, and it's probably gonna defoliate. The leaves are drooping, but not all of them. Those look, okay. This one still looks okay. This one still looks okay. So I think the citrus overall are gonna be okay, but they probably are gonna defoliate and grow new leaves. That does happen, but as long as your trunk stays green, or if you do the scratch test and it's green, you're probably all right. So don't panic. Don't panic. Okay, let's see. I can do this right quick too. Hopefully I can do this one-handed. So y'all, I gotta get my my seed starting soil together. So usually what I use when I seed start, you can use whatever you want to use, but I'll tell you what I use. I usually, cause baby, I don't like buying nothing. I have compost made around here. I recycle soil around here, all that type of thing. So all of my recycled soil, all of my but not all of my compost, but any compost that I've made, and I will throw a little worm castings in there, but I throw it in here with this Expert Gardener Organics. It says expanded potting mix, but this is, see the ingredients, 100% cocoa coir. And if you're wondering what cocoa coir is the oh Lord, it's a snail in there I just crushed. But anyway, cocoa coir is the you know, the fur on the outside of the coconuts. That's what it is. So if you know anything about America or anything in the processing industry, I ain't gonna even just say America, any industry, they don't like having waste. Like even in the petroleum industry, a lot of the waste product of making gas and oil goes into other stuff. Like that's where plastic comes from. Plastic was originally a waste product, and they was like, okay, what can we use this for? That's why when the gas industry got ramped up after World War II, like there was a time in history where it wasn't a lot of stuff made out of plastic. Now damn near everything's made out of plastic. So that furry stuff on the coconut hulls, when they process coconut to make coconut milk, coconut shavings, whatever they making, they don't want to throw that away. So it's a plant-based growing media. You can grow in straight coconut coir if you'd like. There's no problem. There's no nutrients in it initially. As it breaks down, like for instance, when I transfer my stuff, I don't shake all this off. I transfer it straight into the garden. That will break down just like any other plant matter. And I think it turns into phosphorus or something. Like it has trace amounts of phosphorus in it. So it will break down and feed your soil a little bit out in the garden. But the main thing is if you want something, baby, I don't waste none of my little stuff. Get all the little dust, all that get in there. So if you want something that's plant-based, it's not harmful to the environment. As a matter of fact, it's keeping stuff out of the landfills. Then, you know, that's your best bet. I'm gonna pour about half that bucket of water in there, because that's how you're gonna hydrate that. And I don't know how long it's gonna take to hydrate. It takes a while, but I'm gonna come back and maybe show you that if you've never seen that before, if you never used that product before, because that's gonna turn into 2.5 cubic feet. So like when you get those big bags of soil and stuff at the store, a lot of times those are 1 cubic foot. That's gonna turn into 2.5 times that. See what I'm saying? So that one brick costs, I think, $13 or so. It's either $12.99 or $13.99, I can't remember. But you're gonna get 2.5 cubic feet. The catnip looks amazing. The pomegranates look great. This, remember I told y'all it got cold in here? That kind of defoliated, but it's still alive. It's okay. Let me show y'all this. Remember those tops on the potatoes died? I don't know if y'all can see it, but can y'all see that green in there? See this new green right here? So your potatoes, I see some new little stems coming up right there. So don't worry if your potatoes die back at the top, because they will come back and grow some more greenery for you. That's the one cutting that made it. I threw a lot of this one probably made it too though. It's kind of got hurt, but I think it's okay. I threw a lot of the pigeon pea leaves in there. It's potatoes over here. I'm sure at some point yeah, see, look here, see this, let's see all these new little stems coming up right here, right here. So your potatoes be fine. It'd be fine. The pigeon pea went on defoliated itself, but I did a scratch test. It's fine. Same thing with the guamachi, but I think the guamachi is actually deciduous. I need to look that up. The figs went on and dropped their leaves, but figs are deciduous as well. Y'all always remember that everything is not like a pine tree. Everything is not evergreen. Because I know some people start panicking. They stuff be losing leaves. Okay, everything ain't a pine tree, y'all. As a matter of fact, most trees are deciduous versus evergreen. So this video is pretty damn long, and I wasn't in the greenhouse long. Y'all let me know. I think I'm gonna do, look at that elderberry. That cold, I didn't cover it, I didn't do nothing. The elderberry to say I don't give a rat's behind. So look at this right quick. Y'all let me know if y'all wanna see how much this has swollen already. Y'all let me know if y'all wanna see a video of me cleaning up the greenhouse, because I need to clean up the greenhouse. I think I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna rearrange some things. But y'all, this is just what you do. See how it's coming off? You just put it down, just let it soak. Let it soak, and this is the texture that you get. And this will be, it will stay moist. You see how I'm spraying and the water coming out? It will stay moist, but it's still very fluffy. So it is a good seed started mix. I mean a seed started medium. This will not hold your seeds back from starting at all. I don't think I've got enough water. So you can, I just start with a certain amount of water, and when I see, you see it done just about, it's done just about soaked up all the water. So I'm gonna get this bucket and put some, ooh, y'all know me and my buckets. Don't worry about them leaves, y'all. We just throw them out. Some leaves fell in my bucket. It's okay. It's not gonna make your stuff. It's not gonna mess it up. Just throw it out. It's just some leaves. So, like I said, I start with a certain amount of water, and it's probably most definitely gonna soak. I promise this whole thing gonna be almost full, and now my hands is full of coconut coir. But yeah, I didn't cover the elderberry, the mulberry dropped its leaves. It's deciduous as well. Y'all see my palm trees? These palm trees, they can take a lot of this cold. These are not the kind of palm trees that get killed. These, as a matter of fact, this is a cold hardy palm. That one can actually take snow for real, for real. I don't know why they don't grow them more in America. Where it grows in South America, it grows where it gets snow. And that's a jelly palm. That's a wine palm. That's a jelly palm. The wine palm makes these tiny little, they're like coconuts, but they're about that size. And they look like a coconut, and they taste like a coconut. Ooh, it's delicious, delicious. I don't know how big it's gonna take for that one to start making them, but hopefully before I die, I can get some of them things. But what else did I do out here? I've been doing a little something here and there. We've been getting so much rain. I planted some more Egyptian walking onions. So that's full of onions. I planted this whole thing out. It's full of onion. I planted this whole one out. It's full of onion. The peas that I had in the greenhouse, I planted them in there. So y'all will see that greenery in there. Those totes out there, with the exception of the one with the horseradish, the red one and the green one, I'm gonna get it ready to plant something. Y'all may plant peas in there. That may work. Yeah, I'll put some compost or something over in there, and I'll plant peas in there, and that'll be that. I think they'll get enough sunlight back here to be okay. So I just want to come to y'all and show y'all that, and let y'all know what's going on. And till next time, see you guys later.